have the latest on rising COVID-19 numbers and good news in the fight against the virus.
A new program in Joplin is paving the way for dads to reconnect with their kids. I'm Kate Kelly with that story coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The Joplin City Council says local hospital leaders are calling for another mask mandate. This is KOIM News at 10. Joplin Mayor Ryan Stanley read a portion of a letter from local health leaders that called on Joplin and other cities in the region to institute a new mask mandate. The mayor told council he planned to reach out to county and city leaders from around the area in reference to that request. Several people at tonight's meeting spoke against another mask mandate. The Joplin Health Department reports 3 more coronavirus-related deaths. Officials say the patients were 2 men, ages 69 and 93, and a 94-year-old woman, all of whom were residents of a long-term care facility. These deaths bring Joplin's total now to 53. Statewide in Missouri, there were more than 3,700 COVID-19 cases reported yesterday. That brings the state's total to more than 239,451. Hospitalizations have doubled across the state in the past month. In Kansas, there were more than 7,200 new cases since Friday. That brings the state's total to more than 122,000 cases. The state also reported another 10 deaths. And in Oklahoma, the state added more than 3,900 new cases yesterday. That brings the total number of cases to more than 27,800 since the pandemic began. There was a glimmer of good news this week as the state reported a slight decrease in hospitalizations. Those are now down in Oklahoma by 48 beds. Oklahoma's governor says recent increases in cases have pushed him to add new restrictions to the state's restaurants. Starting Thursday, Oklahoma bars and restaurants must close by 11 p.m. The governor has also ordered them to space tables at least 6 feet apart. If restaurants can't do that, the governor says they should add a barrier between tables. The governor said he created these restrictions with 2 goals in mind: keeping businesses open and kids in school.
In-person learning is so important to the development and the mental health of our children. Those are the goals, and it's going to take everyone's help in the state of Oklahoma to help us get there.
The governor's announcement includes a new set of rules for state employees. They must wear masks when they're working near others, and visitors to state-owned buildings must also wear masks. Brings us to tonight's KOIM News Now Instapoll. We're asking, do you think your state should add restrictions due to an increase in COVID-19 cases? You can vote on our website, koimnewsnow.com/vote, or use our app on mobile devices. The results update instantly on our broadcast. We're going to check back in on the results a little bit later. As coronavirus cases increase nationwide, there's a new breakthrough on a second coronavirus vaccine. Chris Martinez has the latest.
In a study of 30,000 participants, scientists found the Moderna vaccine to be 94.5% effective. Dr. Lindsay Baden at Brigham and Women's Hospital was one of the study investigators.
It is an incredibly encouraging event and such a strong step in the correct direction to stop COVID transmission.
Moderna's results follow Pfizer's announcement last week that its vaccine is more than 90% effective. Both companies expect to have some doses available to high-risk individuals by the end of the year and widespread distribution by spring 2021.
We've got to actually double down on public health measures as the vaccine now phases in.
And not a moment too soon, hospitals in Utah are close to reaching a breaking point. In El Paso, Texas, inmates loaded bodies onto mobile morgue trucks over the weekend. With cases and hospitalizations smashing records, at least 27 states have imposed new coronavirus restrictions on businesses and gatherings. Here in California, weekly coronavirus cases have doubled in the last month, with nearly 7,000 new cases reported in Los Angeles County over the weekend. California's governor rolled back reopening plans in dozens of counties, meaning some gyms, restaurants, and houses of worship will be forced to close again.
We are seeing community spread broadly now throughout the state of California.
In Michigan, the governor announced a 3-week freeze on indoor dining and in-person learning for high school and college students. And Chicago is under a stay-at-home order. Many people made final grocery store runs last night, leaving some store shelves empty. Chris Martinez, CBS News, Los Angeles.
COVID-19 is forcing a change of plans for a lot of folks this holiday season, including the church behind a Pittsburgh Thanksgiving tradition. St. John Lutheran Church in Pittsburgh is canceling its community dinner. That dinner was started in the 1980s and has always brought in hundreds of people, fills a gap for those less fortunate. But the rising number of cases in the community and state made the church rethink holding the tradition.
I mean, it's the people who would be here on Thanksgiving Day, but then there are folks do, help out for the past month. People would be putting, getting food together. You're just too much in close proximity.
We have a list of community Thanksgiving meals on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Nick Kelly joins us. It is mid-November, but you wouldn't know it from the weather. It's been pretty nice, Nick.
No, especially how the afternoon unfolded. Granted, we had to get past a cold start this morning, but after we started out at 35, we catapulted to 67 degrees, all because of a good south wind throughout the day and a lot of dry air in place. Not to mention mostly sunny skies, which have translated to mostly clear skies this evening. Yeah, a little bit of high cloud cover in our northern counties at the worst, but other than that, we're looking quiet with any storm system staying well to the north in the northern parts of the lower 48. We are seeing temperatures right now, mainly middle to upper 40s. I don't think we're done dropping off just yet, though, because the dry air is still in place. Combine that with the clear skies and our light northerly breeze turning more easterly. That means we're going back into the freezer for tonight, for lack of a better expression. Let's say upper 30s for overnight lows, but we'll be back to another mild day ahead of us before you know it. 60 by lunchtime, highs back near 64. We'll break down the rest of the week, see how we look coming up in a bit, though.
All right, we'll catch you then. A program aimed at helping dads reconnect with their children is taking shape in Joplin through the Alliance of Southwest Missouri. KOAM's Kate Kelly tells us about new pathways for good dads. And now it's helping fathers become the parents they always wanted to be.
Eric Luttrell says he's staying in a recovery home, signing up for the Good Dads program so he can be the father he wants to be for his kids.
So I started with my son Zeke, and I'm fighting state for him and trying to get back in touch with my other kids as well. He was just the first step.
It's the first step for a lot of dads in the room, all of them navigating the puzzle of parenting, and many of them fighting legal issues as non-custodial guardians, but they've got guidance from some dads with experience.
There are a lot of dads that would step up if they knew how, and this program invites them to learn more so they can be more confident in their ability to be a dad, which increases the likelihood of them being involved.
We have one individual who got his son back, who was about to be adopted, and he worked so hard and did so good that he is working on full-time custody with his child.
The Good Dads program began last spring. It started in Springfield, but a grant has helped it expand to other areas like Joplin. COVID-19 threw things for a loop, but organizers are getting things back on course, offering a class that will teach dads everything from anger management to budgeting.
We offer the fatherhood development class, we offer a relationship class, we offer some parenting classes. So there's lots of opportunities for them to have outings with their kids later on in the program, and we provide those opportunities and ways for them to bond with their children as well.
The Good Dads program is all about transforming lives and relationships, something Eric is eager to sign up for.
It's been a good experience for myself. I've been a year clean now, and to really see what life has to offer has been really, really good.
In Joplin, Kate Kelly, KOAM News.
The class is free. It starts on November 30th at the ROCC on 1402 Main Street in Joplin. If you'd like to sign up or simply learn more, you can check out this article on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Still ahead, winning is a tradition in a Lamar, Missouri family. We're going to meet the family member who's looking to keep that tradition going. And later, President-elect Joe Biden issues a stark warning concerning the lack of cooperation from the Trump administration. Joplin City Council tonight approved a work authorization to Guidehouse LLC for $420,000 through community development block grants. The authorization continues the city's partnership with Guidehouse for projects like infrastructure maintenance and construction projects.
This is really the finalization of the last few projects. The fact that projects, most have been completed. Now it's just wrap up, making sure the files are in order. We have the proper documentation for a HUD audit or an OIG audit. So it really is the completion of the disaster recovery program.
The council also voted to rename the Tri-State Mineral Museum to the Joplin Historical and Mineral Museum. They also approved a $50,000 grant to address homelessness and a $17,000 grant to track the homeless population. Football and winning are family traditions for a Lamar High School football player. Sports Director Jacob Leonard gives us a look at how Tiger senior Case Tucker aims to continue those traditions this fall.
Football has always been a family affair for Lamar senior quarterback Case Tucker.
Starting tackle football in third grade, it's kind of been just prevalent all throughout the years.
Tucker helped lead the Tigers to a district championship last Friday. Now, he aims to finish his senior year with a state championship like his two brothers before him.
I think Case has kind of always had that instant pressure put on him. I know that his older brothers definitely put that pressure on him, and I think he just kind of shakes it off. I don't think it bothers him one bit.
Case's oldest brother, JT, was a three-time All-State player and finished his career with a state title in 2013. The middle brother, Trip, did the same in 2014, also as a quarterback.
Trip's the first one there when I have a good game, especially throwing the ball, and he's the first one to help me out when I'm struggling a little bit, so he still knows a lot about that too.
He's very similar to Trip. They were both in that regard as far as physical runners, physical just football players.
Lamar head coach Jared Beshore played with both.
There's a lot of similarities. You can kind of, every day I get to see a little bit of Trip, a little bit of JT in Case, and that's kind of fun to see. Looking back as me as playing with his older brothers and then also getting to coach him.
Case gives his brothers credit for lighting his fire for football when he was young.
I would come up and watch camp, and they were out under the street light at 9:30 p.m. and it was just fun to get to see what they got to do, and it just created an excitement within me to do it when I grew up.
Despite wanting to finish his high school career the same way, Case is taking his own path and ignoring the pressure of making it 3 for 3 for the Tucker brothers.
I try not to think about it because to me it's more than all the pressure. It's just about coming out here with all our brothers and just having fun playing football.
He's great in his own right, and hopefully after this season we'll be able to look back and talk about the special season he's had.
In Lamar, Jacob Leonard, KOAM Sports.
It's an amazing story. Tucker and the Tigers will face Mountain View Liberty in the state quarterfinals this Saturday. We wish them well. A little bit later, results of our Insta poll on whether you want your state to put COVID-19 related restrictions on businesses. Plus, reaction to a reported plan to withdraw troops from Iraq and Afghanistan.
Plus, I'm tracking more mild days ahead of us and our next chance for rain. We'll break it all down coming up next.
Try a delicious.
Granted, we started off on a cold note this morning, but it was nice to see mostly sunny skies, dry air, and a light breeze push us back into the middle of the upper 60s today. We saw a great time lapse showing us clear skies from sunrise to sunset over Indigo Sky, and that's how we looked across the entire area today. Now, of course, needless to say, the sun has set, and we have gotten quite a bit cooler. 46 in Joplin with the calm breeze, but with the clear skies and the dew point still sitting in the lower 30s, we're not done dropping off just yet. In fact, most of us are back into the middle to upper 40s now, from 45 in Iola, 49 in Welch, 48 in Neosho, and even 49 in Milnette. Maybe a couple random spots trying to hold on near 50, but it was still amazing to see before we cooled down this evening how the breeze that started light out of the southwest cranked up to 15 to 25 and gusts near 30. That was the main driver for our mild afternoon. For now, we're getting that breeze light out of the north, and again, it's with the clear skies and the light breeze. That'll lead us to another cold start in the morning. I'm thinking upper 30s for overnight lows. Most of us around 38, but those same conditions will push us back into the 60s, no problem, with another mild and sunny Tuesday lined up. We don't have a single thing to show you on the SKYWATCH Storm Tracker in terms of the 4-state region. Maybe a quick area of high cloud cover clipping our northern counties. That's about it. A front to the north stays to the north, and it's going to keep any snow chances around the Great Lakes. Off to the west, though, this is our next front that will come our way, but not until we hit the weekend. Once we get the upper low out in the Pacific to grab the front out of the Pacific, it's all about the upper ridge, centered over the southern plains and parts of the desert southwest. That's going to keep us dry and mild until we see that next storm system out west roll in by the weekend. So nothing to worry about for tonight. Mostly clear skies no matter where you are. At the same time, it's going to lead to a cold start no matter where you are. 38 degrees for Joplin in the morning. Most spots in the upper 30s to start your Tuesday morning out. And we're looking good again for tomorrow. Mostly sunny up top, a light southeast breeze lets us go to 60 by lunchtime, 64 for a high in downtown Joplin. Most of us easily back into the mid-60s, maybe some upper 60s again for areas west of US 57 or 59 out in southeast Kansas and northeast Oklahoma. The upper ridge, that's going to be the main weather driver through the middle of the week, taking us through Friday. This keeps us mild and dry with 70s returning for Thursday and Friday. Then as that ridge shifts off to the east for Saturday, here comes our next system. Maybe some rain chances starting as early as Saturday afternoon. We'll see this rain chance clear out after Sunday morning, dry Monday, and then a couple more systems, not only by early next week, but potentially by the Thanksgiving holiday. Before we see the rain chances start to return once again, we'll keep things quiet for tomorrow. Highs near 64, 68 Wednesday, lower 70s, mainly 72 for Thursday and Friday. Then behind the rain chances for the weekend down, we'll drop back to 50 on Monday.
Highs around 70 in the meantime. That looks pretty nice.
It does.
Thanks, Nick. Still ahead, with President Trump still refusing to concede the election, President-elect Joe Biden issues a warning about the lack of a transition and how it could affect COVID-19 response. Take time now to honor a local veteran, Private Chester Bishop. The Iola, Kansas native served in the U.S. Army, and we are proud to salute Private Chester Bishop. He's tonight's four-state hero. Let's get a final look at tonight's KOAM News Now Instapoll. Again, we've been asking, do you think your state should add restrictions due to an increase in COVID-19 cases? 66%, nearly two-thirds, say yes. 34% say no. This poll is now closed, thanks to all of you who participated. A previously vacant landmark in Miami, Oklahoma will be transformed into a new destination for tourists and for residents. What used to be a gas station will now be turned into a Route 66 vintage-themed diner, ice cream parlor, and gift shop. It's thanks to the Ottawa tribe of Oklahoma. The tribe has owned the landmark, the property, for many years, but it's sat vacant. Now construction is underway at the site and could be finished this spring. The tribe and city officials are excited about this new project.
I mean, this is really going to fit well. We have a lot of traffic that comes down Route 66, and we're really interested in capturing as much of that travel, as much of that tourism dollars we can. And when you add stuff like this on Route 66, people are going to stop, and they want to see something.
A name for the diner is still undetermined. Checking back in with Nick Kelly, we're expecting some more mild weather this week.
Yes, including tomorrow. We just got to get past another cold night with lows in the upper 30s, but we're back to 64 tomorrow, 68 Wednesday, a pair of 72s for the end of the work week before we see rain chances back in on Saturday and Sunday now.
Thanks, Nick, and thank you for joining us. We'll see you right back here tomorrow. In the meantime, let's take care of ourselves and each other.
happening